Welcome to my podcast, Rashad in Conversation. Today I'm joined by Sherif Nasser. Sherif is an experienced quality professional with over 24 years in the construction industry. He has worked in senior roles such as Business Risk Director and Quality Consultant for international companies. Since 2015, he has been a global public speaker and has trained thousands of professionals in quality management. He is a fellow of the Chartered Quality Institute, a certified EFQM assessor, and a recognized expert by the American Society of Quality. He holds the ASQ certifications as a certified manager of quality in organizational excellence and a certified construction quality manager. Sharif founded free study channels that have helped hundreds of students around the world and has mentored more than 50 professionals from different countries. I'm delighted he's with me today in this conversation. Hi, Sharif.
Hi, Rashad. Nice meeting you again.
It's an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to having this conversation. 24 years in the construction industry. What a remarkable experience. But that's only my introduction. Why don't you share with everybody your career journey? How did it all begin?
Okay. So I would like first just to like quote one of statements that you shared with us. When I asked you the same questions, I asked you how, Rashad, you became the chairman of the CQI, and you told me a very nice secret that the power of volunteering works. So was really a remarkable thing. And adding to this as a main principle that for any successful career is success is a blessing. And you do your due diligence and you try to pursue your perfections, but you just need to make sure that there is no assurance that you will succeed. What is need to be done is your due diligence. This is just like a quick introduction also from my side from what we had already discussed before. And then I will talk with you through my timeline journey. I won't talk with you since I was born in 1980, but I will just quickly start from 2001 when I was being graduated as a civil engineer. In my first 3 years, I was just a normal design and technical like engineers working in design aspects and technical issues and normal design job. After this, in 2004, there was an opportunity was offered to me as a quality engineer in a major project. For that time, I had no idea about what is really this role is all about. However, because it was interesting job and it was a major project with a good team, so I accepted it. And the role was simply a quality control job focusing on inspection and testing and good compliance. It was good for a foundation experience like young engineer. However, I was looking for another thing, which is improving my career. So I found another assignment was also in the quality control, and this was abroad at that time. I had also another 2 years. However, it was a little bit stressful because, when you are looking only in quality from quality control perspectives and you um, neglect the other dimensions for the quality management, you don't really get what you want. So in 2008, I decided to make a career shift or simply quit from, from the whole like profession. So I like project management. So I found a job as a project management and it was with a small company. However, the role itself was interesting, but the company wasn't my right choice. So in the first 3 months, that people are testing themselves. I test the company, I test the job, and also the company is testing me. So I felt better to make a quick decision now and find another opportunity. So I was offered a quality assurance manager, and this was in 2008. This was been helped through my first mentor. His name is Roger Jamwell. He's retired now in UK, but he is, we can say, the first like teacher for me. I learned from him a lot of experience. At that time, I had no idea what about quality assurance, rather than just a simple course in 2007 about internal auditing, and almost I only understand it 50%. So I wasn't really happy about the whole things. I accepted the role and then I learned a lot, but learning experience is not enough. So I take a course for lead auditing course, and that was given by someone, his name Khalid Al-Malawi. It was in Egypt, and it was a remarkable course because this was my first time I understand what really mean by quality management systems, what's really ISO 9001 foundational things, and many, many things. And then after the course, I asked Khalid, I told him, how can I get myself improved in this career? And he told me just go for because he's more academic, he told me go for diploma or master in quality management, and I did this and finished it in 2010. In 2010 also, in the same time, I decided to make my first training course for internal auditors because now I have a better understanding. So why don't I spread the knowledge of my company and do internal auditor qualification for the people? And this was really a very unique experience for me to have my first training course. In 2012, I get to know that there is a certificate that you mentioned called Certified Manager of Quality for Organizational Excellence by ASQ. And this certificate has a big body of knowledge. It also increased my understanding about what do we mean by organizational management and developments, and it helped me a lot. In 2013, I became a chartered quality professional in CQI, and this also helped me to have access to Knowledge Hub, to start to have some networking and many, many more that you can get from the membership benefits in the CQI website. In the same time, also, I was heading quality departments. At that time, I was quite young, but it helped me to make a big achievement to make transformations in the company for the quality divisions. In 2015, I had my first public speaking event, and it was at that time in Dubai. It was also something very challenging for me, somebody working as a normal employee and then just suddenly decided to go publicly. And this was really a start for a many public speaking happen after this in many areas in Middle East, also in the United States, and recently in UK. In 2000, I became a fellow to the Chartered Quality Institute. It might be a little bit late, but you can apply for a fellow from 2 years of being a charter member. But I said that maybe I don't know why I had been delayed it for 7 years, but I did it from the first time and it was very successful. This also gave me an access to, we call it like the elite people, where they are being fellow, which is highly expert people. And it also helped me to have more exposures by being a judge in 2025 in the International Quality Award event for the best quality team in the whole world. So all these things was really, we can call it again to the same point that it's about volunteering. You're still doing it. Among this, I did many mentoring for more than 50 people, different nationalities, different cultures here and there, to help them to grow in portfolios in quality management, to increase my competency of how to transfer the knowledge. And that's it in a quite short. I hope that I didn't bore you in another one. And as I understand,
Not at
fellow
all.
members, are 200, I think, people. They are very few numbers because you know better than me. And for that reason is that this is something really elite, as we call it, that connecting with people with high expertise, yes.
It's definitely still a few number of fellows around the world, but Sharif, what a great career journey. I know you mentioned back in 2015 when you were still young, but you are still young. So just because we're both of the same age, so we both are still young. So, but on a completely serious note, this is really a remarkable career experience. And I like how you've sort of slowly stacked it up with different skills from the engineering world to quality control to project management to quality assurance. And then that brings in with leading teams and then public speaking, and you throw yourself into the deep end and you grow personally as well. So this is really brilliant to see how things evolve. And I'm very much interested in something you talk about, which is called the organization doctor. Could you just tell us a little bit more about what does that mean?
Yeah, if you remember when I mentioned that I tried to quit in 2008 from the whole quality job because my maturity on my understanding about quality was just simply a quality control. Uh, in, in 10 years later of this time, this was first introduced in 2019 in a keynote event in Saudi Arabia. Why this name, organization doctor? I felt that the quality role are in many instances are being misleaded. The people don't understand really the quality role itself. So I thought that why don't I change it and I invent something new? And for that reason, I looked for the role which is similar to the doctor, physician is doing with the patients by giving them a description and then they follow up with them through the treatment plan. So I said, why don't I reinvent and make a new language similar to the healthcare, but talking mainly on quality? Why don't I use some terminologies that people they don't really understand quite well about Six Sigma, Lean, and many, many things, 9001, all these, jargons people are not really aware of it. So why don't I
Hmm.
simplify and start to create the common diseases, admiring, Deming when he made the first introduction for the seven deadly diseases in 1980s in his book, Out of Crisis. And it was in the same principle, but this was in new updates for the terminologies, and I invented the obesity instead of we talk about the waste and all these things. So I started to talk about obesity diseases, and then I classify them in lots of things, and then invite the BMI, body mass index, that how you can know your organization, whether it's fat or it's a little bit obese or it's smart or anything like this. So I tried to make metaphors because the people really like it so much. And when I introduced it, it was remarkable for me to how the people really perceived it and started to ask me a lot and encourage me to promote it more and more. So for that reason, this now become like a series of sessions. It's not been only one time introduced. It's been introduced maybe 6 or 7 times in a different versions, different updates.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, Sherif Nasser, the organization doctor. I like it. With all of this experience, Sharif, is there any success story that you're so proud of that you can share with us and our listeners and viewers would benefit from?
Yeah, the one that I had in mind where I was uh, the quality division head for a company for a long period of time, and the quality departments wasn't really like the competitive advantage that they are proud of having these divisions. And at that time, I was having a lot of ambitions. So the first thing that I did, which I do advise for everybody, I try to recruit a very good people. Doesn't mean having experience wise, but people they have the ability to learn and the agility to have the like the change adaptations and also the same passion of making transformation and making a difference. And through this journey, we made a very robust training programs, and then we had a better like communication systems. And with this team of people, we managed really to make a big transformation, and that quality departments became a competitive like edge for this company by saying we are proud that we have these divisions. And then they started even to enlarge to add for more exposures to look for other divisions to make them looking more organized and more managed and more things. So this is one of my main uh, item that I do remember as something was really significant.
So what I hear you say, Sharif, is that the success story always starts with people. Is that for you to
Yes,
change that competitive advantage for the organizations, you've actually looked for people with the right mindset, the right ability to adapt, as well as their passion to do what's right, and then the technical skills got sort of can be trained and can be progressed with the team. Is that what you've actually
exactly.
done?
Exactly, yes. And I was selecting young, fresh mind personnel has the ability to change and absorb the right information more than having somebody with like elder experience that had some setup that need to be formatted to be able to use them in the right directions. And it was a very I'm proud that having all this number of years through this company and having network with all these people that we were together. That was
And
one of my main things.
fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing. And do you still find that this approach works, especially when you go into an organization where the team is already set up and you're introduced as the new leader of this quality department? Do you still navigate and work on their what Project Management Institute calls as the power skills, their ability to be agile and to adapt and to have the right mindset before technical skills? Is that what you do as well with them?
Yeah, this is also another challenging because at the time that I told you that I had the authority to recruit more people to change and to have the full power. In other occasions, I didn't have this,
Mm.
and I have to deal with the existing team, and that's taking longer. However, I learned a lot of coaching techniques and mentoring techniques and making whatever possible. That's what I mentioned that to you at the beginning is success is a blessing. You need to do your due diligence always, and if you didn't get your results, you need to look again. But what I learned is the people who has some mindset are very hard to be changed, which we call them like difficult people. Uh, Better to try with them for some time. And if you didn't really find some way, better to isolate and look for the people that who's willing to change and willing to support. Don't consume your time and effort with the people that are very resistive and they are not really willing to like to cooperate.
There is a lot of talk about change management, and you work with the change agents that are ready to champion the change early on, and at some point the wave will go through, and those who were resistant early on, at some point, then they will see the benefits of that change and will join the movement. So thank you very much for sharing this. If
Yeah.
I flip the coin and not talk about your successes, but talk about a challenge or an instance where things were not going well, and then you've deployed or implemented quality principles, be it governance, assurance, or improvement, and they helped save the day. What would that instance be?
Yeah, I always like the continual improvement principles, the one of the seven fundamentals one, as always the top priority. And I had a quote similar to organization doctor called horizontal line illusion. What do you mean by horizontal line illusion? Which means that people feeling status quo, that they are okay, there is no need for a change, the things are going normal, and all these things. So these people, they don't know that they are trending down, but they don't see it now in a short period of time. When it's a longer time, it's really become obvious that they are trending down. So I told them that there is no horizontal line that's meaning okay. There is always is trending up or trending down. And for that reasons, I use this principle when I work in a one company that telling the other people that forget about quality departments. You are a continuous improvement champions. And then we started to make like limited activity. It was like a small team. So the resources wasn't an issue. And we told them that the best way is to make as limited activities that can make a significant impact for the whole organization, which is Pareto principle, the critical few. And that's really worked well. So one of the things that we really made it was establishing the wallet quality months. This wasn't being like something known in this company. And this has made an existence and make some even this like tiny and small teams made them being exposed and makes them also making an input for changing their cultures and through the activities that normally it happens for that items. Also looking for mainly for the process or the quality of the process where we have any issues. Yes, we have lots of issues, but we will never be able to. This was also something we looked at it unless we have a good quality system that's being built on the engagement of the stakeholders. Don't just have a very nice looking, pretty profit flow and then forget about how it's been effective. You need to engage with the people. You need to customize the solutions. Don't just make it for the sake of doing it.
Mhm.
And this is one of the big challenge that we can say it's been like overcome with using the powerful of continual improvement. And by the way, the Japanese are very smart in this by having the Kaizen, which is small improvement even every day. And I remember one of the event when I was talking with a consultant working with the Japanese people. He told me in one company they have a principle that within like 3 months, for example, if there's no change happen in the process, they like declare an emergency mood situations. There is
Mhm.
something wrong. We cannot do the same things in all this period of time. There must be a new way of doing this in a better way. So they are always being pursuing the perfections and always having the adaptability to building. So we need to learn from them in the same way. Also, the Six Sigma US style, you also need to have a significant improvement. Continual improvement will help you, but also you need to have a breakthrough through some improvement to projects using the right methodology to make like a significant impact. That we normally do it also in the same way that I told you. So both of these principles, which is originated from continual improvement, whether it's a slowly increment on a daily basis, Kaizen, or through an improvement project championed by the quality people, made really this challenge is quite easy.
Wow. I mean, Sharif, there's a lot to unpack, which I really like, but I'm also very conscious of time. But I'll tell you what I enjoyed from this story is you've tackled the improvement principle, and I like that two things I've really enjoyed is you've worked with your team to focus on the critical few. And I know lots of quality professionals enjoy jargons and enjoy talking about Pareto and all of this, but I like that you've simplified it to the critical few. Let's do the critical few that will have the biggest impact on the organization, the biggest positive impact. And I think I'm going to start using the terminology of horizontal line illusion. It's brilliant. It's so true that yes, lots of organizations do fall into the horizontal line illusion where everything is good and therefore everything is steady. Where in reality we live in an environment that is always volatile and always changing. So therefore, a horizontal line of an environment is very hard to maintain, and therefore our processes and our management systems will have to adapt accordingly. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm very much conscious of time, Sharif, but I'm very much interested in a professional like yourself. Where do you get your inspiration from? How do you keep yourself up to date? Books, podcasts, journals? Where do you get that knowledge from?
Yeah, I would advise and recommend two sources. The first one, it's a book called ISO 9000 Handbook for David Holey. David Holey, he is also a fellow member and he's also been retired in UK. And maybe you know him. I learned from him through many mentorship. And his book is enjoy diving and understanding a lot of quality management. The other thing which is really good, which it's matching with my passion, which is public speaking, which is TED Talks. TED Talks is quite well known, and there are lots of speeches that make the mind clicks and make
Mhm.
some really change in the mindset and mentalities. So these are my two takeaways and two recommendations for the people if they need really to promote themselves.
The TED Talks and the ISO 9000 Handbook. Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, we got to know you, Sharif, as a professional, but before you go, let's get our listeners and viewers a little bit of window of you as a person, as an individual. I'm going to ask you quick fire questions without thinking. Just give me your answer straight away. Ready?
Yes. Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Black tea?
Green tea.
Green tea. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. A train ride or a flight?
Say again. I didn't
A,
get the question.
a train ride or a flight?
No, train ride.
Train ride. Have you done any train
Yeah.
rides recently in the past year or so?
Yeah, for some extent.
Very good, very good. I'm a big fan of trains as well, but I do like a flight. I do enjoy boarding a plane. Cinema or theater?
Cinema.
Cinema. What types of movies?
The action movie and the one that has like some sound effects. That's why you go to cinema. If it's
Yeah,
just like a normal story, yeah, better show it in your TV.
action movies and fully immersive in a good surround system. I agree. And
Yeah.
finally, are you a beach holiday person or a city break?
No, city break. However, I feel now I'm changing this to be keep a beach. Maybe because I started to become an old. I still have 45 years, but I feel that I need to be more isolated and more, being away. Uh, this is started to be more
More the case.
to mind. Yeah, my change. Yeah.
Stop saying you're old. You are not old. But anyway, that is fantastic. I totally agree. I enjoy beach holidays. I enjoy a bit of a quiet time to sort of recharge my energy and get ready for what's coming after that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Sharif, for this brilliant conversation, for sharing all of your insights. You have been listening to Rashad in Conversation with me, your host, Rashad Isa. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe, follow, or download as I bring you monthly guests from around the world to share their stories of the quality profession.
Thank you, Rashad. Welcome being here. Pleasure.